Hi guys, my name is Meat. This is going to be a review for the SH Monster Arts Mogera. This is based off the Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla 1994 movie, and also derived from the Japanese term for mole. Really cool. And again, a heads up, I'm trying to catch up with the Godzilla movies, just that it takes a little bit of time, or trying to find them. But I really enjoy Godzilla. I grew up watching it. And I'm really happy I'm able to collect such a really great figure line, the SH Monster Arts. And actually this one in particular, it took me a little while to decide to get it. It's not one of those that kind of stand out as opposed to getting Mecha Godzilla. So it took me a while, but I finally got it. And actually I have this figure for quite some time now, just that I didn't get a chance to review it. And really cool, different poses, a lot of effect parts, gimmicks, a really nice holographic sticker there on top, get Mogera, and on the bottom, here we go. Kind of curious what that stands for. I have like dots, it's like abbreviation for something. If you guys know what that means or what it abbreviates to, let me know. That'd be cool. Alright, so let's check out the figure itself. Alright, so just a quick size comparison with the rest of the gang on the movie. You got Godzilla, Space Godzilla, and they're roughly about the same height. Really great, just having all three of this. Really amazing. Alright, and let's do a quick comparison with Mechagodzilla. And a comparison with Mechagodzilla. And actually, kind of interestingly enough, you actually get a lot more diecast for Mogera than Mechagodzilla. The thing for Mechagodzilla is, I think, you get something on the torso, a little bit on the torso, and on the base of the foot. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, everything seems to be plastic. On the other hand, on Mogera, the whole waist area here is diecast. The legs are diecast. The shin thing is not, but the foot is diecast. Same thing with the back here. This whole part here is diecast, including the saw-like fins. The whole backpack, the main torso, even the shoulders here. Pretty much a lot of the parts are diecast. Even the head. Yeah, so it's a lot more armor-like. So that's in terms of, well, just a comparison with Mechagodzilla. And again, I mean, from afar they look but like they're all diecast pieces, but I think you just get more out of this. You get a little bit more weight. Alright, we're gonna go over the accessories, weaponry, and articulation all at the same time. Alright. So first off, the head, you get a little bit of articulation on the neck. You get a really cool drill for the nose. And you got some lasers for the eyes, and just looking at the wiki, it says plasma laser cannons. Alright. Then also the pretty much the cone-shaped hands here also produce kind of like call it auto lasers. So pretty cool. You got in terms of weaponry, you got lasers, drills, and there's also like a master cannon on the torso right here. And why don't we quickly do that one? So basically from the back, we're gonna open this up, and there's a peg right there. Gonna push it out like so. So it's like this. Then just kind of push it all the way, pry this out, and you're gonna have this alternate piece. Really cool. And there's a notch on top, which you're just gonna align, and there you go. Just put this back. Really cool. Not only that, the hands, you can swap it out and replace it with this one. Same thing with this one. And this is the one that opens up. You got like a rocket over there. What are this rocket's called? Let's see. Doesn't say, but they're rockets, and there's actually an effect part later on. So technically, you don't really need this guy here. You just need that. I'm kind of curious why they added this. Anyways, moving on. Shoulder articulation. Got the ratcheting joint right there. Move forward, outward, 90-degree. Get an elbow bend. Fairly good articulation. Then you get the waist and the legs. The hip kind of hindered mobility a lot, but for the most part it's going to be steady, but you can move it a little bit like so. You get a little bit of ankle and a little bit of knee also. That's really great. This is quite articulate, or it looks bulky, but it's articulate. Then you get that tail there, stubby tail, but has thrusters. Got really nice red. I think there's like a clear plastic there. Same thing with the foot. Really nice. Yep. And I think that's it for articulation. Now there's also other gimmicks as like the flight mode, which by the way, if you're curious, that's how it attaches. To convert them into the flying mode, why don't we start with the head? Let's see if I have the right pieces. So similar to Mecha Godzilla, you're gonna have a separate neck piece right here. So we're just gonna take this out. See on top. Spikes out. I actually like this ball joint. It's lighter and it pops out easily without any much trouble. There we go. Put that in, and pretty much there's no articulation there. You probably don't need to. And you just pop it back on top like so. Move here his arms up, and I'm gonna put the torso back again. Kind of reminds you of those beat 'em man where you have like a marble on the core you can launch. Alright, so actually let's take this out. Next part will be is I need to pry this out somehow. So there's a vent on the back which you probably can use. There we go. And this one has this with the fin. Connects like so. Another dorsal fin. Alright, there we go. And just mounts this back. Like so. And wonder if that's maybe it's supposed to be tilted a little bit. And other than that, there's just parts here again with the wings. And I'm trying to figure out how to pop them out. Just cut my nails. Let's see, when in doubt, use sticky tack. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you kind of press it down. There we go. It's actually kind of cool that they have that indentation right there. It helps a lot. And there we go. Alright. And you got the flying pose. Unfortunately, there is no stand. It comes with this. It's pretty massive. They have stands for the effect parts, but not on the flying pose. And a lot of people have been asking me on my other reviews, do you have a stand, or have you found one, or what stand I can use? Let's see what I can find. Alright, I found an alternative stand. This is from the Play Art Sky. If the recent release ones actually have this stand, and it's really great. Has a really good grip. It's really big and can hold the weights of most of the monster arts. Unfortunately, getting one by itself is kind of hard. The only way to get them by itself is going to conventions where you buy one, you get one free. I think when they had think when I went to New York Comic Con when they bought out Play Arts, that's kind of how we went. But the thing is, the older Play Arts doesn't have the stand, so I'm not sure if they can even have that on. If you go to their booth, maybe they will have extras, or they were given as a freebie. But again, nonetheless, get a Play Arts. They're actually really great figures, and you can also use them for stand as for Monster Arts. So this is barely holding it. Again, this is probably one of the heaviest Monster Art because of all the die cast, as you can see there. But it does look great. And this is one of those has a screw which you can tighten with a plastic tool. Really great. So I'm not gonna hold it much, but I mean, it's nice. Now comes the good part of all SH Monster Arts, effect parts. And we have the for the laser cannon over here. So again, put that in and it just pops right in. Now unfortunately it cannot hold it by itself, although it seems like it can. And you do have two bases, one with two pegs and one with just one. It's kind of like a mini city. And there you go, really nice. Otherwise, putting this aside, you're gonna have this kind of like really long effect parts for the cannons. And pretty much well, we're gonna go ahead and grab the missiles inside. There we go. Take this out like so, and there's an extra peg here which you can just pop off. And then connect it here. So it seems like there's a flame on its back of the rocket. Really nice. And actually this connects all the way through here, so it's really long. Got all that smoke. And actually there's an extra peg on top here. I don't know if you can see that, but you just gonna align it, and there we go. It's really long, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use this again. As you can see, it's really far, and for some weird reason, that part right there is bent. This one's a little more straight, so I'm not too sure. That's just what I have. We just need to rebend this, but yeah, close enough. So this is really long missile, which is kind of cool. Although I kind of wish that this part, when you take it out, well, I guess you can, if you just want to shorten it, like so. Just gonna align it, as if it was still there. And there we go. And you do get two pairs for each of the rockets. So this is a really cool gimmick that they have there. Again, right next to the Mega Godzilla. In my honest opinion, I think you're getting a lot more out of the Mogera, just in terms of effect parts and all this gimmick and a die cast. Just really nice, heavy robot. But it's just against your preference. I think a lot of people will still go with Mecha Godzilla. And if you're lucky enough and able to get the Garuda Backpack, which is ridiculously hard to find, it was an exclusive, sold out everywhere, and I'm lucky enough to get one myself. It's one of those sought after add-on on the SH Monster. I'm actually quite glad that they kind of stopped doing this crazy add-on things. But at the same time, they still have exclusive. Luckily, Bluefin is distributing them in the US, all those exclusive, which is really great. And I think next up will be Kiryu. It's kind of like the different adaptation of the Mecha Godzilla. And that's it for the review. Hope you guys like it. So until then, this is Meads. Thank you for watching. Giga Drill! Yeah!